When it comes to creating your own online course website, it can be very, very challenging because this requires a lot of technical expertise to set up your website and make it run correctly. I'm really excited today because the plugin that I'm going to review and do a walkthrough is a plugin that takes away all the hardships of creating your own online course website. The plugin I'm talking about is Learndash version 3.0. I've been using this plugin for about 2 months now, and I'm really excited to give you a full review. And I highly recommend that if you want to build your own online course website, this is the plugin to go with. All right, so before we begin, there's 2 things I want to talk about. And firstly, if you buy Learndash 3.0 using my affiliate link, I will give you access to my Learndash Mastery course, which I'm currently working on as we speak. This course will teach you everything that you need to know about creating your own online course website professionally. Secondly, if you go to learndash.com right now, there is a fantastic discount which saves you $40. And as you can see here, the counter is counting down. All right, so without wasting time, let's dive in and let's talk about this plugin. I'm really excited to show you all the features that it can give you and how you can set up your own website. All right, so over here, once you buy the plugin, you get this dashboard. So you log in and this is where you download it. So here you can see Learndash version 3.6.1. So all you have to do is to click on download, and then over here, if you click this, it has your license details. Okay, so installing it is very, very straightforward. All you have to do is to come over here to plugins, click on add new, install the plugin, and then once you install it, you'll have an entry here which says Learndash LMS. So this is what controls your plugin. So first of all, before we actually dive into this, I'd like to talk about something that's very, very important. Now, when I first started using this plugin, it used to give me a lot of headache because I really liked using Divi, because Divi is a page builder that allows you to build professional looking websites. So there were compatibility issues then when this plugin was in version 2.5. So I had to use the Astra theme and then download the Divi Builder plugin separately in order for me to have all my pages. But even then, things were not really looking nice. But now I can really assure you and say you can use pretty much any of the major themes out there, and they should work fine with Learndash. So in my opinion, I like using the Divi Builder theme because Divi allows you to build professional looking websites. So if you combine Divi and Learndash, you will have a complete professional looking website. However, if you don't want to invest in the Divi theme, it's okay, because there is a free theme called Astra, which is fantastic. It gives you a lot of customizations. You can set up your pages to have full width or sidebars and so on. In fact, you will see this as I'm demonstrating in this demo. So in this setup, I have the free Astra theme, but in the course that I'll be putting together, I will be using the Divi theme because this is what makes your online course website look very, very professional. All right, so over here, so what you want to do is to create a brand new course, and to do that is very, very straightforward. All you have to do is to mouse over where it says Learndash, and then you want to click where it says courses. Okay, so as you can see here, I've created these 2 really fast. In fact, let me show you how to do that. All you have to do here is to click on add new, and then here you add your course name. Okay, so I've just called this Astra Theme Mastery. So next, what you want to do is to add your course description here. So I'm just going to paste it over here on the document. You can actually set your featured image. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to set my featured image for my course, and I'm going to go with, let's have a look. In fact, let's go with this image here. Click on select. So now we have a featured image. We also have a description here. Right, so next I would like to add a title to this. So as you can see, I'm just using the Gutenberg editor. So I'm going to add my title or a heading. I'm going to select it here, call this my heading. And then all I have to do now is to drag it over here to the top. Great. Let's save this. In fact, let's publish this. I'm going to hit publish, and let's take a quick look. So if I click on view course, as you can see here, it has this nice graphic here, which shows me how many steps I've completed in the course. But of course, we haven't completed any, so that's fine. And here's my course description. So over here, we can actually add a video to describe what your course is about. So it's highly customizable. But as you can see on this page, I don't really like the idea of having a sidebar here. So The beauty of using this theme is you can actually go in and edit this. So I'm going to click here on edit, and then over here, I can actually disable the sidebar. So I'm going to click here on this drop down and click on no sidebar. And then here I can also disable the title if I want to. Right, so let's take a quick preview of this page. So I'm going to click here on preview. And as you can see here, our page is looking really nice. Okay, so that's our course page. Now let's go in and add some lessons. So here we have these little tabs here on the top, which makes it easier for you to find where things are. So we also have the builder, and this is also fantastic. Now, this is one feature that I really, really love, because what you can do here is you can start adding your lesson titles and then go in later and add the actual content. So let me show you how to do that. So if I click here on new lesson, I can add my lesson title. So let's call this lesson 1. So I can click here on add lesson, new lesson. Let's call this lesson 2. In fact, let's make this small caps. So we can continue doing this. Add lesson 3. So we're going to add 5 lessons. Okay, so as you can see here, I've just added my lessons very, very easily. Now, here's a new thing. I really love this, because in the previous Learndash, it was quite difficult to add your section headings. So here I can actually add here and say getting started, and then add this section heading. Now over here, we can actually drag these and order them the way we want. So I want this all the way to the top, like that. Now let's say we need another section heading, and let's say this is module 2, or let's just call this make money. Okay, so that's going to be our section heading. Now on this heading here, this can have its own lessons. So check this out. I can actually drag this lesson below, make money. In fact, let's drag this one here as well. So lesson 4 and lesson 5 is under make money. So this is the course structure. We can go in, we can move these around however we want. And over here, we can also add some quizzes, which is fantastic, but I'm not going to do that right now. So once we've set this up this way, how do we actually add all our lessons in? So here's the exciting part. So I use Vimeo to host my videos for my courses. So I'm just going to come over here, copy link. I'm going to copy video link, and then back over here, I can now click on edit. In fact, before I do that, I just want to click on update, just make sure everything is all saved. So this is how you add your content for your lessons. I'm going to click here on edit. So now this takes me to a new window where now I can, of course, this has lesson 1 added. So now I can actually add my video in here just by pasting it. And then on the bottom here, I can add my video content. So I'm just going to copy a bit of text here, just like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to paste it in here like that. So that's my video description. I've just noticed that my video here has some restrictions. What I've done is, because this is a live course, I've actually set this up so that my video does not play on any domain out there. So let me look for a different video. So I'm going to come over here to my Vimeo main page, and then I'll just copy a random video from here and see if I can do that. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one here, and let's paste this instead. So I'm going to click in here, and then I'm going to paste my video in here. So as you can see here, it's added in and it's looking very, very nice. So here I can click on update, and let's take a quick preview. So now this is our lesson page. You can mark it as complete here. And it also has a progress bar. But again, we have a sidebar, which we can get rid of. But you know what? I have a fantastic feature in this plugin that I'm going to show you, because you won't need to worry about setting it up this way. So let me show you how to add a few more lessons here, and then we're going to go to the other features. Okay, so now that we've added our lesson here, so if I need to go back to my builder, I can just click here on builder. And then since I've done lesson 1, I can now go into lesson 2. But the good thing, good thumb of rule here is to work on these in a new tab. So I'm going to click here on edit. So as you can see, I've opened a new tab. So this saves me from finding all my content, which is all over the place. So first of all, here I am going to add my video again, and then I can add my description if I need to. But for now, I'm just going to save, click on update, and then back over here, I can go to lesson 3, open this in a new tab. I can add my content just like that. Okay, so I think you get what I'm trying to do here. So I've added all my information here. Now, Let's move on to something different, and this is the settings. So these are the settings for the actual course that we are working on. So as you can see here, this is the Astra Theme Mastery. So I can actually click here on settings, and over here, we can add course materials if we want to, and then this is where you can add all your course materials. So let's say you have some files that are needed in order for this course to be taken. This is where you would add all your files. You can also add your media here and so on. Okay, so in this case, I'm not going to add that. Over here, we have a certificate. So if you have any certificates that you give away with the course, you can add it over here. Now on the content, you can have it set to always visible or only visible when someone enrolls on the course. So that's an option that you can go with as well. And here, custom pagination, you can also have this if you want to, but of course, I'm going to leave it as it is. And then over here, you can set your lessons in a specific order. So this is menu order. You can set it up by title or by date. But in my case here, I don't worry about that because I can always drag and drop them in position the way I want them. Okay, so access mode here, you can set your codes to free, buy now, recurring. You can set it as closed as well if you want to. So this one here, this option here is actually great if you use an external payment gateway. So let's say I add my price here and this is 147. I can add my button URL here to the sales page or the checkout page of this course. And this could be on an external cart system like Thrivecart. Moving on, here we can have your course prerequisites. So let's say this course is advanced, but in order for you or for your students to take this course, they need to take a previous course to make things easier for them. So this is where you can add your course prerequisite. So this is also really cool. Now over here, you can also add some course points. So you can award points on completion. So let's say they've completed the course. I can actually add 100 points. Course expiration, I can set a date here where for how long I will need the course to be running for. So if it's a 100-day course, I can just add 100 days here. And then after that, I can get it all deleted. So here, all course data will be deleted upon access expiration. So this is actually really cool, but to be honest, I don't really use that either. Now over here, you can alter the course access list. So again, I don't use this. So let me just disable all this. Okay. Now, moving on for the course progression. Now, this is actually quite important because you can actually set it up so that when someone goes through your course, they have to go in a linear progression, which means they watch one video after the other. So if they try to do it all over the place, that wouldn't work. So you can actually set it up here. Usually I leave it on free form because sometimes it may be that the student wants to go to a specific part of the course. So this allows them to just go to that video and take it up. So once you've set it all up here, you can click update. So now that has updated my course settings. Now let's have a look here at the actual settings of Learndash. So over here on settings, we have some templates. So the active one here is the Learndash 3.0. You can actually go back to the legacy one, but to be honest, the legacy one is ugly. This is why you had to do a lot of customizations to make it look really nice. So the 3.0 is fantastic. Now over here, when it comes to branding, you can also come in here and add your accent colors, your progress bar. So in fact, let's start adding colors here. So let's say my accent color is red. I'm just adding random colors here. The progress color, let's set this color here to my progress color. Notifications and warnings, let's set this to this orange, okay? Now here's the thing, this focus mode is the feature that I was talking about earlier on. Now this feature here gives you an interface that looks really, really professional and it is amazing. I want to show you first what this looks like without this focus mode and then enable focus mode so you can see what it looks like. Let's go ahead now and add a logo. So I'm going to click here on select image and then I'm going to choose a logo. I'm just going to go with one of the logos that I have here on my media library. Okay, so far we've set our logo, we've set our branding colors. Now over here on the login and registration, now this is where you can actually use Learndash shortcodes to be added onto your registration login pages. But I'm going to show you the better way of actually setting up your online course website with WooCommerce. Okay, so moving on here, we also have some more features, and these are the global pagination settings for WordPress. But to be honest, I don't really touch all of that. So now that we've come to our general settings, we also have custom labels here. So this is where you can customize your course, your lessons, and so on. Here we have PayPal settings. So if you want to use Learndash to be your payment gateway, this is where you'd add all your information from PayPal. Support, this is where it just gives you a breakdown of how your system is running. We also have translations here and the LMS license. So this is where you'd enter your license. So as you can see, there's not a lot going on here. So before I show you this great feature, I just want to come over here to add-ons. So Learndash also comes with quite a few add-ons. So here we can, if let's say you're running a membership website, you can actually incorporate your learning management system here with MemberPress. And I highly recommend MemberPress for Learndash because this allows you to give access to your students, and this gives you way more control. We also have Gravity Forms here. I'm pretty much going for the ones that are most familiar. Stripe for Learndash. So if you want to take credit card payments, you can use Stripe here for Learndash. And over here we have WooCommerce for Learndash. And again, if you want to take your payments through WooCommerce, this is how you would do it. So there's quite a lot of plugins here that you can use. Over here, we also have Zapier for Learndash. So it's highly supported and it has quite a lot going on here. The course grid, again, this one is very, very good because if you want to set your grid, you can actually install this, and by using this shortcode, you can actually set up your pages so that it displays all the courses on your website. So I'm going to activate the plugin here because I want to show you how to set it up later. Okay, great. So now that we've pretty much gone through quite a lot of the settings here, let's take a look at our course page and our lessons page. So I'm going to click here on courses, and we're going to come over here to the Astra Theme Mastery course, because this is the one that we set up. I'm going to hit preview. Okay, so this is the course. So notice here, we have getting started, we have make money, and these are the lessons that I created. And as you can see here, they're nicely laid out. I mean, the colors are very subtle and they look very, very beautiful. And also this layout can be changed. If you want to have this full width, you can always go into this page and change it to full width. Right, so let's take a look at what lesson 1 looks like. So I'm going to click here on lesson 1. And as you can see, those colors that I added in, that red for my progress is now added here at the top. Mark as complete now is also my color here for my buttons. Now, this way that the page is set up, to be honest, is not really ideal because you want to come in here and do a lot of customizations. But as I mentioned earlier on, there's one button that if you click and activate it, it's just going to change the whole interface. And this is the game changer in this plugin, and there's no plugin out there that really does this. So let me show you how to set it all up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this page, make sure that it's in view. So I'm just going to close all these other pages so that we don't get confused. Okay, so notice this is how it looks now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back over here to my settings. Okay, so this is the actual feature that I'm talking about. It's called focus mode. So notice what happens when I activate this. I'm going to click here on activate. Now it gives me my default width here, so 960. So I can go in and choose whatever I want here, but I'm just going to leave it at 960. I'm not going to mess around with a lot of things here. I'm going to click on save. Now, if I come back on this page, notice what happens. Right now, to be honest, it doesn't really look nice, but when I refresh this, notice what happens. Now we have this left sidebar, which has all my lessons in order. My content is right here in the middle, and I also can mark this as complete from here. And notice what happens when I mark as complete. Now we have a 20% complete. So we have all these little graphics that look really, really nice. So 20% complete. And this works out because these are 5 lessons. So of course it's 20%. So as you add more, it automatically calculates it here. And the branding also looks fantastic. Now look at this red that I have here. So let's say your student is here and they want to maximize their study area here. They can click on this little icon, and then this gives them even more space to really look at the videos and go through the content. And if they need to come back over here to the lessons, they can just click back and go to lesson 2 if they need to. Now to mark as complete, as I've just previously shown you, you can mark it over here. Over here on the top, there's also mark complete. You can mark it over here. And this is how you get to your course homepage. So if you click here on home, this takes you back to your homepage. So this is my course homepage. I can also click here on lesson 2. And notice that now, because I've activated this earlier on this stage on focus mode, every time my students go to my lessons here, it just takes them straight into this mode. So you don't have to activate it every time you access the courses. Now let's do a few tweaks here. So 960 seems like the video size is not really wide enough. So I'm going to click here and perhaps maybe make it a bit wider and set it to 1180. So I'm going to click here on save. And if I come back here and refresh, notice that my video size is much bigger and this looks beautiful. I really, really love this. And as I mentioned, this is the best plugin out there that you can use to create your own hosted online course website. Okay, so now that we've covered this, notice that I haven't done any customizations in my theme. This is just using my free theme, which is called Astra. But of course, if you upgrade Astra, you can get extra features to customize your pages. Now over here on the top right, as I mentioned, you can log out. You can also go to your course homepage. Okay, now how do we know or how does the student know where their homepage is and how do they get access to their dashboard? Now creating the dashboard again is very, very straightforward. Let me show you how to do that. So first of all, you want to come over here to WordPress admin dashboard. So let's create a brand new page. So I'm going to come over here to pages, click on add new. So let's call this dashboard. Okay, so I've just added my page title. So what Learndash does is it also comes in with blocks. So these are automatically added into your Gutenberg builder. So if I click on this plus button here to add a block, if I scroll down carefully here, you'll notice that we have a Learndash LMS blocks. So if I click on that, we have quite a few things that we can add here. So for my dashboard, what I need is the profile. So I'm going to click here on profile and notice it's been added automatically without me customizing anything. Now over here, I'm going to click on document and I'm going to make sure that my title is disabled because I don't need the title to this page. And over here on the sidebar, I'm also going to make sure there's no sidebar for this. And my content layout, I'm just going to, in fact, I'll just leave it as it is. Okay. Now let's hit publish and let's preview this. I'm going to open this in a new tab and there we go. So all your students will come over here. They can see all their courses and notice how this works. So here we have a graphical representation of how much I've done so far in the course with this little graphic here. So if I want to see the progress, I can click here and it tells me how many steps I've completed. I can also collapse it that way. And if I need to go to the course, I can just click here on the actual course and this takes me to my course. And the one that I've done is ticked here, which is good. So visually, I can see if I've already done it or not. And then if I click here on lesson 2, it takes me to my learning interface, which looks fantastic. So this is really, really beautiful. So as you can see, I haven't done any customizations. I haven't used any CSS. This was just purely using a free theme and using the Learndash 3.0. So it's really, really powerful plugin and I'm sure you can agree with me. Before I complete this video, I want to remind you that if you buy Learndash using my affiliate link, I will give you access to my Learndash Mastery course, which teaches you how to put together a professional looking online course website. So that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.